And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Gungans droids. I didn't forget about all you Kiadi Mundi Conans out there. Come on in, we got a lot to talk about. Come on, people, wake up! Woo! You know what we got going on today? We were just gonna talk about the new Peridea Patrol event, showing you the rewards. Should you be investing in a bot? An update just dropped, giving us another Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano requirement. We also have our first look at the anniversary stuff happening for Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. A lot of interesting packs coming around the corner. We got a lot to do, people. So what do you guys want to see first? You want the GL Ahsoka requirement? Hit that like. If you want the Peridea Patrol, hit that like. If you want to talk about anniversary stuff, hit the like. All right, Gary, what is it looking like? All right, let's talk about GL Ahsoka Tano. Boy, let's just get this moving along, people. We have a lot of Ahsoka stuff going on. In case you haven't noticed, since this past July, we're going to talk about the event, I guess, more towards the end here. Let's get out the interesting, fun stuff here. First and foremost, the slow drip of Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano requirements continues. We already knew about Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum being required at Relic 9. They've been like doing like these one drip things every like couple days for this past batch here. CT7567 Rex, the 501st clone Rex, baby Rex, and I guess it's more like a young Rex, not quite. I mean, isn't Captain Rex like only like a couple months old or something like that? I don't know how the whole, aging process works for clones. Anyways, Padawan Sabine Remy knows gonna be Relic 7 starting tomorrow. We'll be testing her out, see if there's maybe some fun Mandalorian stuff we can do. But the new thing to the list, Barisafi, required at Relic 5. I feel like, man, my predictions this year have been pretty on point so far. Barisafi, I'm actually kind of happy Barisafi, it's got a reason for people to get rewarded for her, because a lot of people have had her upgraded over the years just because she's a good plug and play character. Well, now she's gonna be a lot nicer to have, because, well, now she's required here. So for a long time, if you had that Baris up and running, which I know a lot of you veteran, even mid-game players have up and running, you're gonna get a payoff here. So that's nice. That's kind of one of the requirements that a lot of people have. Same thing with Rex, we had Ezra Bridger. A lot of people had those up and running. Okay, let's keep moving on here. We have ourselves some anniversary stuff for Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano. I guess some of the stuff it could be helpful for Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano, I suppose. Let me pull it up here. So first and foremost, let me go show this lovely data mine that we have here. Gary, they don't need to see me. Go ahead. Yeah, cover my face up. Yeah. All right, so first off, as you can see, we have the data mine for the 9th anniversary for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Man, 9 years. I know we're got a couple more days till we get there. Man, for a mobile game, that's kind of a big deal. For a Star Wars game, it's like the only Star Wars game that's still standing still. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but nonetheless, as we mark 9 legendary years of Galaxy Heroes, we're reminded of the journey we've traveled together through countless battles, heroic victories, and epic moments in the galaxy far, far away. Your unwavering enthusiasm, keen insights, and loyal feedback have inspired us to push the boundaries of the holotables, striving to bring you the ultimate Star Wars experience every day. And as a token of our deepest gratitude, we're just going to skip ahead a little bit. Please accept these gifts. We don't know what the specific freebies are going to be that they're going to be giving out here. I'm not seeing anything in the data mine as of now, but as we get closer, which it's seeming like, if you go check out the store page, it's seeming like we're going to be getting these anniversary awards probably around November 18th, because on November 18th, you're seeing a lot of anniversary related things, in case you didn't notice by the word anniversary listed about a dozen times here. But we also have other cool packs, some trash packs that you might want to know about as well. Before we show those packs, I'm not seeing any indication of Lightspeed bundles making a return. I feel like that'd be a missed opportunity. Hopefully they bring them back. I know a lot of people not even just seeing new Lightspeed bundles, but just repeats of old ones that they maybe don't have up and running here. So not seeing anything as of now. Next, before we show that, I want to show you the other stuff we have. We're gonna have anniversary mystery chests. They're gonna give you Captain Enoch Plo, Death Trooper Peridea, Night Trooper, or Commander Ahsoka Tano. Now, very keen thing to point out, all these are Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano requirements, right? Plo has not been confirmed yet, right? Yes, Plo Koon has not been confirmed. I think more or less this is a soft confirmation. I'm going to say soft for the 4th batch of Galactic Legend Ahsoka requirements. Plo, I think, is going to be required for them. That's actually one character I didn't put on my prediction list, but I saw a lot of you guys that there were so many things that could have been predicted for Ahsoka. I'm like, yeah, Plo's a good honorary, potential as well. Now my prediction's going to probably add Plo to the list just because of that. Also, variety gear materials. You guys are pretty used to that. Anyways, we have some other stuff here. More anniversary stuff. Clone Wars Chewie, Chrysanthemum, Tarful, 3PO, and Chewie, and more. I don't know if you want to look into this and say, oh my gosh, Clone Wars Chewie is going to be required for Ahsoka. I thought there could be a possibility. It could still very well be Clone Wars Chewie could be required for Ahsoka Tano. It's a character not a lot of people have potentially. And check this out. We have a new player calendar. Not really all that impressive, but mostly just a bunch of Rebel stuff to get up and running with Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Old Ben. And we also, let's see, we also have this thing called a store coupon detail view. Very curious to see what that is. I'm not sure if they're gonna like start doing like, you know, promotional codes you can type in where you get more crystals, especially I believe it's inside the store here. Yeah, some right here we have, yeah, check this out. Horde of crystals, key amount 30% key. So you get 44,200 crystals. Yeah, that's kind of a lot right there. So it's seeming like they might be doing codes, which has been kind of a fundamental thing with a lot of these, you know, not just hero collector games, just mobile games and just games in general. Typing in a code, you get bonus stuff. So it seems like, you know, Galaxy Heroes kind of feels like maybe the Apple of the mobile gaming world. It takes them forever to catch up, but they get there eventually. You know, is that a good example? It's like people blew their minds are blown when USB-C was added to their iPhone. I still am rocking a lightning port. And it's like, yeah, USB-C has kind of been a thing for a long time, but you know, they're finally here, and it's all that matters. Let's go show some of the other packs that are arriving again. It looks like November 18th through the 25th is when all these packs are going to arrive here. Some good, some trash. I'm sure we'll get more indication of this stuff later on here, but check this out. We'll talk about this prettiest stuff in a moment. So one of my favorite packs, the special anniversary trove pack, 8,000 shard shop currency. Basically, you have a chance of getting 330 shards of any character up to Caloran Beck. So basically the Bo-Katan Mandalore requirements. No Gungans, no Galactic Legend Ahsoka stuff for this year here. So I like these, you know, shard shop currency. Yes, it has a value. It's important currency, but it's not the end of the world. It's pretty easy to get 8,000 shard shop currency, you know, and you know, it's a fun gamble. You know, worst case scenario, you'll get a duplicate, you'll get a bit of a return. So it's not even 8,000 shards you're really losing. It's a little bit less than that. And you know, imagine if you can get like an Old Man Rex, Caloran Beck, you know, IG-12, Grogu. I mean, I think I got BT last minute. That's kind of a good feeling, right? It's a pretty nice feeling. So I'm a fan of these. You know, you might get something you don't want, like, you know, maybe you don't want, I don't know, Eth Koth. You know, I don't know. You might not want Jedi Knight Guardian, but you know, that's the downside. That is truly the whale or fail experience. Next up, we have ourselves this thing right here. Ooh, new Legends Trove Pack, 14,500 crystals, guaranteeing 145 shards of one of these characters, which, you know, for the most part, all these are farmable, minus the balance stuff being a little bit more difficult to access right now. I don't know. This seems a little too expensive for my blood, but if you're really trying to expedite this, like, I mean, the Gungans have been farmable for a while. Padawan Obi-Wan, you know, Master Qui-Gon, super easy farms. That wasn't an issue. I mean, maybe again, if you maybe just want to speed up some Galactic Legend Ahsoka stuff, sure. I don't know if it's, you know, 14,500 crystals is an enticing value. If it was like 5,000 crystals, all right, sure, let's gamble away. Next up, it looks like they're trying to make Commander Ahsoka Tano a little bit more farmable. If you got a lot of crystals laying around, basically a marquee pack, but they're calling it a blitz pack here. 4,000 crystals, so pretty much what's that, almost four times the amount of a normal marquee pack. But hey, if you're really trying to blitz Ahsoka, it's gonna take you forever to get through Proving Grounds hell to get Commander Ahsoka Tano. Here's an opportunity. This might be one of the cornerstone issues for a lot of people that get GL Ahsoka. They might not have Commander Tano. First Conquest character required for, I mean, I guess minus the Executor and stuff like that. First Conquest character, specifically character required for a Galactic Legend. Gary, fact check me. Okay, he just stared at me blankly, right? Are we good? Okay, all right. I'm apparently telling the truth there on that one. Next up, we've seen these before, the Trove Packs. 5,000 crystals with the dark side. We have 5,000 crystals for the light side. So kind of, you know, making the odds a bit more in your favor if you're looking for a specific dark side character. Okay, all right, well, you can do this. And it's like, oh, you still might get something you don't want, you know. But let's be real. I mean, we're kind of at a point in the game where almost every character is useful at a minimum or required to very good. And of course, I feel like there's a small handful of things that aren't that valuable. And of course, you might get a duplicate. And unlike shard shop currency, losing 5,000 crystals to get a duplicate does not feel good. So gamble at your own risk here. This might be fun if you're a newer player. You have a chance of getting something really good that's required, useful, that you might not have in your roster. Then furthermore, we have the anniversary ship trove coming back. And of course, they can't give you 330 shards. They'll give you 150 shards of these ships right here. However, a lot of these ships have been in Lightspeed bundles. A lot of these ships you may have up and running already. There's no punishing one in here. So, you know, this one could be a tough sell. I wish it was 330 shards, 5,000 just for half of it, basically. Not a very good feeling. So, you know, again, the newer player you are, the more value you have, because pretty much every ship is required for something or good. You know, minus a few things like you don't really need TIE Reaper in the game, you know, so much. You don't really need, you know, Rex all that much, you know. But for the most part, most ships are good, useful, necessary at the minimum. And then we have this community choice bundle. This stuff irritates me. Okay, $15 USD. It's like, what's with the 6 Zeta thing? Can't you just make it like a 10 at the minimum, or just come on, give it 20? I mean, Zetas, yes, there's a crunch for them because of Lightspeed bundles, but it's not like droid brains or Omicrons are fine. You can be stingy. 6, come on. It's not even like an equally divisible number out of 20, which is required for a Zeta. Like, at this point, just make it 5, all right? No, but seriously, yeah, this stuff irritates me. I don't know. It's like I'm close to liking these packs, but I feel like just, you know, I need more than what they're putting in here for $15. It just seems so stingy. This is one of the few mobile games I feel like there isn't really a lot of value in most packs out there, minus, you know, like a hyperdrive bundle, Lightspeed bundle, and very, very few packs outside of that. There's not too much value in this game, and this doesn't really give you the feeling of value. Like, you know, come on, people want to spend money, give them a little bit more. Okay, all right, people. That's what we have for all the anniversary stuff now. Now we're going to close up with the Peridea Patrol event. Run through it real quick. The most important question with this event is this an event you want to take these Peridea Patrol members to Relic 9? So in case you missed it, you're vacationing in a cave in Tatooine. Hope you had a great time. It's great having you back here in Alderaan. Basically, it's a Duel to Fate style event where there are a crud ton of credits. We have 2 million, 4 million. What is this here? We have 6 million. Then we have 11 million. Then we have, what is that, 16 million. And then I believe there's another 5 there. So 21 million credits, a crap ton of credits. Been really giving us a lot of credits for some reason. Again, you can have your tinfoil hat going all crazy mode, but credits are like pretty much a non-issue thing, I feel like. Well, they haven't been a real issue, but it's like now for sure it's becoming a non-issue for the most part. But the thing that's different from Duel to Fates, though, we got Kyrotech in here. And we also have, Gary, can you pull it up for me for a second? We also have Omicrons that are going to be thrown in here as well. So this is definitely enticing, I should say, to invest in these Peridea Patrol members. Now, besides this event, just this event alone, let's look at what else is out there that you're going to need them for. Obviously, Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano. I don't believe this is a complete idiotic theory to have, but I'm pretty convinced that these Peridea Patrol members are going to be required for the next raid. I mean, we see that with Jabba. His requirements are required for, you know, whatever raid we had back then, the Crate Dragon raid. The late requirements required for the Endor raid. And then all the, you know, the Galactic Republic, you know, Naboo stuff was required for, well, the Naboo raid. And now we're probably going to be eventually getting the next raid the next couple months. My speculation is like zombie waves, you know, kind of like, you know, Call of Duty zombies, you know, you kill a wave and they come back. That's speculation. But I feel like it's pretty reasonable to believe if we're following the same raid trends, these guys will be required. So besides just Ahsoka, just for the possible rewards in here, they're probably gonna be important down the road. So right now, they're an all right team. I enjoy them. I think so that's part of the value proposition. You're investing in multiple things and not just this alone. In case you want the details, basically, tier 1, you get in, whatever, that's cool. Tier 2, you need 5 stars. Tier 3, you need 7 stars in everyone. Tier 4, you need Relic 5. Tier 5, you need Relic 7, which is required for Galactic Legend Ahsoka. And Tier 9 is Relic 9 itself. So we're going to start rolling to the background. Actually, let me pull up my free-to-play. I actually have it running right now. This is the first tier that they have. I just kind of want to show you. It doesn't seem to be too bad, so let me just go ahead. Yeah. Throw that right there. And give me some audio. Throw it on auto. There we go. So the biggest question is, should you go to Relic 9? Because they're needed for Relic 7, right? The question is, do you need to go to Relic 9? Oh, shoot. Well, this actually might be a little bit more complicated for my low gear guys that I have here. All right. Well, I apparently got too cocky too quickly. I'm rocking some pretty low gear on these guys. It gets the job done for Conquest. so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna get rocked here. I was looking pretty good. It's like, yeah, you know, I'll finish it up with you guys. So I have my official notepad here. That's when you know. God dang. All right, I'm getting dunked on right now. I'll show you my gear levels in a second. My gosh. Here's the thing. When does the ROI, the return on investment, kick in? Because the biggest thing to Relic 9 is, well, it's gonna, dang, I got my booty handed to myself here. In case you want to see my gear levels, pretty atrocious. The client's got to be restarted again anyways. Pretty atrocious. We'll let that reboot here. Let's go back over here. Let's roll this instead. The biggest thing for me is the Relic 9 droid brains. The keypads, yes, that's a cost. We can go through the carbonite circuit boards and all that. Yes, that's a cost as well. But for me, most and foremost is going to be the Relic 9 droid brains. So here's the thing. You need 3 Relic 9s, unlike Duel of the Fates, where you only need 2. And there's also kind of a third problem. There's Omicrons as part of the rewards. And this is one of the assumptions I'm making. There's actually 2 assumptions. Number 1, this is going to be a monthly event that runs 12 times a year, right? That's how Duel of the Fates has been operating. So we're going to run with that assumption. Number 2, we know from Duel of the Fates that only one thing drops. And if it would be great if they guaranteed Omicrons and then there was like a second drop just for droid brains versus keypads. That could change the math quite drastically. I can't show it to you myself right now. But if it's only one Omicron or one keypad or one droid brain, that means equal drop, assuming 33.3% chance. That is going to be a lot longer potentially to get your return on investment. Or it seems like assuming you constantly got no refreshes, you constantly got the droid brains every single time you did that final tier, you're looking at about 1.5 years to finally break even. 2 potentially 3 years, assuming you're just having bad luck with the 33% drop rate for the Omicrons, the droid brains, and the keypads here. I will say this, and this is very, I would not say this is indicative of the actual drop rate, but for Duel of the Fates, I have been getting consistently droid brains every single time. I don't believe they told us the drop rates of that event, but I've been getting droid brains every single time, and I'm on track to kind of getting my ROI into a positive manner pretty quickly, it seems like. But 1.5 to 3 years, that is still a kind of a long time. And again, you can refresh it, speed it up a little bit, speed up the odds in your favor, but this is going to be a while. And the thing I say about Galaxy is most other games, they work on a day-to-day basis, weekly basis, monthly basis. In Galaxy Heroes, we go by years. A year is basically the equivalent of a week in most other games out there. So, I mean, look, the game's been around for 9 years. That's why with the 9-year anniversary, we talked about the state of Galaxy a while ago. I feel confident the game will be around for at least another 2-3 years, assuming the current trajectory. It could be a lot longer than that. It really could. It just depends what Star Wars is looking like a couple years from now, what Galaxy is looking like, the mobile gaming landscape is looking like a few years down the road. But I have a feeling that if you're going to look into years as your weeks in Galaxy of Heroes, you'll get your return on investment in the long run. For me, what am I doing? I will likely take these guys to Relic 9, but not now. Not right now. For me, I got a lot more important stuff to do. Number 1, I am I'm just making sure I'm ready for another Relic 9 potentially for Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano. So far, every batch has given us a Relic 9. It's been an expensive Galactic Legend from a marquee perspective. It's been an expensive Galactic Legend from a Relic perspective as well. So just in case, I'm going to be saving a Relic 9 just in that oddball situation that things, kind of go crazy for the GL Ahsoka Tano requirements. After that, then I'll likely, depending on where we're looking at in the game, I'll probably start looking at Relic 9 to this team. For one, this event, for the long run, I think there'll be that ROI that we discussed. And secondly, I feel pretty confident there's going to be some sort of Peridea raid January, February of next year, potentially, after we get Galactic Legend Ahsoka. That's generally when we get some sort of raid because they want to reward the players who got the character right away. I gotta say, man, these characters, this Ezra Bridger Exile, super durable that we have going on. And I meant to show you as well before we get too carried away. Yeah, my gear levels, I might need to put a little bit more in them. I mean, I'm not really missing out on much except some shards, which is nice. So if you can't beat it, it's not the end of the world. It's mostly just that 2 million credits. Could be nice, but you know what? I've been swimming in credits on both of my accounts right now. So that's pretty much the only thing that I'm going to miss out on here. But here are my requirements that I have currently. It's not the best. We got a gear 10, and a gear 6. But you know what? It knocks out the Conquest Suits me. And that's truly all that matters. So in the long run, I suspect I will upgrade these guys. But right now, Relic 9's kind of just in a weird spot where it's not important from a mechanical perspective for most things out there. Of course, yes, certain galactic legends, certain characters, certain tanks, and certain ships will benefit from it. But for the most part, Relic 9 is just taking a bigger role this year, just kind of as a forced priority. Like, hey, if you don't invest in Relic 9, you're going to miss out on all these rewards. If you don't invest in Relic 9, well, you're not going to get these galactic legends and these characters. So that's pretty much where the main thing stemming from the importance of Relic 9 at this moment. Beyond that, it's just more I got to see what's to come. You know, there could be a chance that Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano, we're seeing that, you know, Sabine's an attacker. Ezra looks like he's putting out some good heat. You know, there's speculation that Galactic Legend Ahsoka might be a tank potentially. I can't really confirm or deny that right now, Gary. Quick scan. Have we have any indication on the tags of Galactic Legend Ahsoka? No, so I need you to look faster. No. You gotta look at your screen. Yeah. Move the little sausage fingers. Yeah, and tell me what you got. Okay. Anyways, but if Galactic Legend Ahsoka is gonna be a tank, chances are Relic 9 is gonna be pretty darn important for her as well. So yeah, Relic 9 has kind of taken a weird, you know, turn. I feel like developers are like, all right, people aren't really investing in Relic 9. One, it's a little bit harder to acquire, right, than most other relics out there. And number two, it's like, well, if it's so hard to get and I don't really feel the incentive of getting it, you know, I'm not gonna get it. But now they're actually setting goalposts where you can't get stuff unless you have Relic 9 on them. And you know, if you really want to go off the deep end, you can maybe go down the line of Relic 10, the nefarious, the notorious Relic 10 that we're all speculating about. Listen, it's been a minute since they've done some progression increases. You know they're yearning for it. And that Relic 10, oof. And imagine they add like 100 speed on Relic 10. Oh yeah, you could feel the drool, like Capital Games just like, oh yeah. So you know what, time will tell. I wouldn't go that far in all of it, but right now, the here and now, the question is again, should you invest in Relic 9? The other reason I'm not investing in Relic 9 right now, I want to make sure when I get Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano, I just show the bare minimum requirements. I think that's the most important thing. Once I unlock Ahsoka, I use the Relic 7 as the baseline entry to it, then we'll do the Relic 9. All right, there we go. That's gonna wrap it up for this. Won't be able to do the final tier, but more or less the gameplay pretty much seems the same exact thing as you've already seen for the past few waves. Nothing too special with the gameplay here. It's more just the rewards at the end of the day is what people are looking for. So those Omicrons, the Relic 9, it could be important down the road, but again, whoo, man, what was that? 1.5 to 3 years to get your just breaking even potentially. Man, funny stuff, people. Funny stuff. But you know what's not funny? I know I'm a little funny looking, but people, it's funny how long we've been playing this game together. I appreciate you guys being with me over these years. Man, 9 years, gosh dang. You know what? Anytime I'm thinking about that, as you're gently pressing that like button, it's always making me say, God dang! It's great to be in the Empire today. It's great to be in the Empire today. The sun never